Sometimes in life, we feel very small. We look around and ask ourselves, what can I really do in this huge, burning world? The problems feel too big, the fear too strong, and our power feels too weak. But today, let me share a story. A story of a tiny bird who taught everyone the true meaning of courage. Long, long ago, there was a quiet valley filled with a magnificent forest. Tall trees stretched proudly toward the sky, thick leaves blocked the sun, and colorful flowers covered the ground. Birds sang joyfully, animals lived peacefully, and the forest breathed life and happiness. Then one terrible summer day, lightning struck the heart of the forest. Within moments, flames rose high into the air. Fire spread rapidly from tree to tree. Thick black smoke filled the sky, and fear entered every living heart. Deer ran in panic, rabbits hid in their burrows, wolves and bears fled without looking back, and even the mighty elephants escaped with terror in their eyes. They all said the same thing: the forest is lost. Nothing can save it now. Among all these creatures was a small sparrow. Her wings were tiny, her body fragile, and compared to the roaring fire, she was weaker than a single leaf. But inside her chest burned a powerful heart. She watched her home being destroyed. Nests collapsed, baby birds cried, and trees that once gave shelter turned into ashes. She felt pain, fear, and sadness, but she refused to remain silent. She whispered to herself, "I must do something." The sparrow flew toward a nearby river. She dipped her little beak into the water and collected just one drop. With tired wings, she flew back toward the fire and released that single drop onto the flames. It was only one drop against an ocean of fire, but it was her effort. The other animals laughed at her. A fox shouted mockingly, "Look at this foolish sparrow. Do you think one drop can stop this fire?" A monkey laughed loudly and said, "You are wasting your strength. Run away while you still can." Even the great elephant shook his head and said, "Little one, it is already too late." But the sparrow did not stop. Again and again, she flew to the river and back to the fire. Her wings began to ache, her beak burned, smoke filled her chest, and her body grew weak. Yet she whispered with determination, "This is my forest. I will not give up." High above the smoke, an old eagle watched silently. He had seen many fires, storms, and disasters in his long life. Moved by the sparrow's courage, he descended and spoke gently. "Why do you risk your life? You are so small. You cannot stop this fire." The sparrow looked up with tear-filled eyes and replied firmly, "I know I am small, but this is my home. This is where my family lives. Maybe I cannot stop the fire, but I will not stand and watch everything I love burn. If I must fall, I will fall trying." The eagle's heart trembled. He spread his massive wings and flew high into the sky. Soon, the wind changed direction. Dark clouds gathered. Thunder roared loudly, and heavy rain poured down from the heavens. Large drops fell with great force. The flames weakened, cracked, and finally died out. The smoke cleared, and silence returned. Slowly, life began to return to the forest. The animals stood in silence, filled with awe. The fire ended not just because of the rain, but because one small bird had the courage to act when others gave up. That day, the forest learned a powerful truth. We are never too small to make a difference. It is not about size or strength. It is about heart. The sparrow showed them that when you give your best, the universe moves to help you. One drop may seem useless, but many drops together can form a river strong enough to save the world. Over time, green leaves returned. Flowers bloomed again. The animals who once laughed now bowed with respect. They said, "Thank you. You taught us that true power is never giving up." The sparrow smiled quietly. She did not act for praise. She acted because it was right. So remember, when life feels like a burning forest, remember the sparrow. When people laugh at your small efforts, keep going. One drop of courage can change everything.